wrestling fans. Welcome to the Wrestling Wrap Up. I am your host, the megastar Austin Savage. To be honest with you guys, I didn't watch Raw this week. Not because I didn't want to. I kind of skimmed through it on the DVR, and nothing really caught my eye. I did watch Tough Enough earlier tonight because I DVR'd it, and all I can say is a lot of injuries just happened on that show last night. I mean, Martin, as anybody that watched the show, fractured his ankle and is out of the competition. Christina injured her ankle doing a move off the top rope. So, tentatively, it's down to the final four, depending on whether Christina can come back. And I will say that AJ fucked up that move, causing Christina's injury. He misread the move wrong. She had to adjust. And there was no elimination this week on the show due to the two injuries. I'm really off my game tonight because I checked my email before I set up to do this show. And there's a few things I want to address. Yes, I have my questions right here. Apparently my last video has 7 hits, and it's only been 2 days. A lot of questions came in through the email. By the way, the email is wrestlingwrapup@yahoo.com for anybody that wants to send in a question. Ryan from Orlando asked, "Why do you have such a hard-on for Braden Walker?" Oh, sorry, I mean Wildcat Chris Harris. Well, Ryan, if you want to call it a hard-on, that's fine. I respect wrestling talent. And like I said on my last video, you guys calling him Braden Walker and chanting Braden Walker is really, really disrespectful to the man. That was a character that WWE Uncreative put on him, and he did what he could with it, which apparently wasn't much because there wasn't much story given to him. So, Ryan, I appreciate you emailing the show and asking that question, but it's really disrespectful, and his name is Wildcat Chris Harris, and he deserves to be called that. Jenny from Phoenix asked, "Who is your favorite tag team in the TNA era?" Really, Jenny? Okay. AMW, America's Most Wanted, comprised of the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris. Fiona from Denver asked, "What would you have done with Wildcat Chris Harris in WWE ECW?" You hit the nail right on the head, Jenny. By the way, thank you again for writing into the show, and Jenny, thank you too. What I would have done, simply, he made a name for himself in TNA as Wildcat Chris Harris. First thing I would have done is called him the Wildcat Chris Harris. That's, you can market that because he's coming over from TNA. WWE has this nasty habit of taking away people's identity once they sign with a company. And this all goes back and ties into the whole CM Punk naming rights issue, which I talked about, I believe, 2 episodes ago. So I would have kept his name Wildcat Chris Harris. I would have helped him get his conditioning down. I would have helped him lose a little bit of weight. Not really, throwing him on ECW. I would have let him in like a free agent, doing all 3 shows and, then bidding over his talents. And I would have pushed him maybe towards the IC or US title. Maybe put him in a tag team with the right partner. So yeah, that's what I would have done with Wildcat Chris Harris in the WWE. Mike from Green Bay asked, "What was the biggest moment in Braden Walker's career?" Fucking really, people? Apparently I struck a nerve with people with the Chris Harris comments I made on my last video. Mike from Green Bay, you're a fucking disrespectful piece of shit. That's what I think, okay? Braden Walker's greatest moment in the WWE was his fucking release. Because then he can go back to being the Wildcat Chris Harris. being a wrestler, not a fucking sports entertainer on WWE ECW, which was a fucking joke from the get-go. If you're gonna bring back fucking ECW, bring back fucking ECW. Fill it with hardcore guys, not fucking WWE rejects. So yeah, the best part of Chris Harris's career in the WWE was his fucking release, you asshole. Tim from Parts Unknown. By the way, where is that, Tim? Email me back and tell me where that is. Asked me, how do I feel about Impact Wrestling? As in the name change. Well, I look at it this way. WWE took wrestling out of their name. TNA has changed their name to Impact Wrestling, where wrestling matters. Hey, question, guys. And, I'll direct this one at you, Tim. In the WWE, what happens? Two guys or girls get in the ring and they wrestle. They can take the word wrestling out of their name to try to be more mainstream and branch off into other bullshit areas of entertainment. It's still wrestling. I applaud TNA for making wrestling matter, and this is a positive step for them. And I think Impact Wrestling could be huge in the next year or two. Sign Guy Forever from Dudleyville. Again, same question to you, Sign Guy, as I said to Tim. Where the fuck is that? Asked, who do you feel leaves TNA first, Chyna or Braden Walker? Sign Guy, just like Mike from Green Bay, you're a fucking asshole. Okay, you named yourself after a guy from ECW who doesn't even have a fucking job in the business anymore. At least Chris Harris is still employed. And I feel, to answer your question, because I love my fans, even though most of you are fucking assholes, I feel that Chyna leaves first, because Chris Harris, I feel, at this point, has more to offer TNA Wrestling. Now, I want to get back to my notes here. Dwight Trapper commented on my last video asking, what do I think of the possibility of Chyna becoming TNA champion, and that he feels it could really put TNA on the map. As much as I love Chyna, and I followed her whole career, I don't think her becoming TNA champion is a really good idea. Let her become the Knockouts champion. Let her and Mickey become Knockouts tag champions together. Something like that. I don't think putting the title, the heavyweight title on Chyna at this point is a good idea. I mean, yeah, it might draw a spike in the ratings for a week or two, but then people are going to be like, wait a minute. She's a woman. How is she beating these guys? Not that I don't think she could do it. Not that I don't think it's believable. But I don't see her beating a guy like Kurt Angle. I don't see her beating a guy like Abyss. I don't see her beating Sting even at this point. Maybe, I mean, if she gets in the ring and proves me wrong with her wrestling skills, she didn't show me anything at the pay-per-view, okay? So that answers your question, Dwight. Thank you for watching the show, and thank you for commenting on the video. I appreciate it, man. Keep watching, and I hope not to let you down. Now, a few things I'd like to get off my chest here on YouTube. The definitive Braden Walker 3-disc set. A video by SWH Firebird has 167,836 hits. The video's ignorant. It's disrespectful. It's dishonest. And Firebird, whatever you call yourself. How many matches you had in the WWE? How many WWE contracts have you been signed to? Are you even in the wrestling business? Because I've been in the wrestling business. Getting to the WWE is one thing. Being able to stay there is another. WWE Uncreative gave Christopher Harris the gimmick of Braden Walker with no backstory, no build-up, nothing. He just appeared on ECW one night. So, for the 187,000 plus that watched that video, you're all disrespectful internet marks. And the difference between me and you guys, I know I'm a mark, and I admit it. Top 2 Braden Walker matches of the past decade. A video posted by Sabu TNA Forever has 1,432 views. You have TNA Forever in your screen name, and you're talking shit about a TNA original. Wildcat Chris Harris. Yes, it was as Braden Walker. He only had 3 matches on TV. It's rude. It's disrespectful. There's no need for it. I understand you think it's funny, and all you smarks think it's funny. Obviously, none of you have ever been in the wrestling business. In a video done by the 8-Bit Boy titled Braden Walker Class of 2009 has 87,356 views. This one, and no, I haven't watched it because I refuse to, is probably a well done video. I'm sure the other 2 were too. However, it's, again, rude and disrespectful, and we all know the fucking WWE Hall of Fame is a fucking joke. If you're not fucking jerking Vince McMahon off, kissing his ass and sucking his dick, you're not getting into the WWE Hall of Fame. The Pro Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame is the Hall of Fame that matters, and I would almost guarantee that AMW is getting into that Hall of Fame. For their accomplishments in NWA TNA, they were 6-time World Tag Team Champions. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Wrap-Up. I am your host, the Megastar Austin Savage. Feel free to email me, wrestlingwrapup@yahoo.com. Comment on the videos here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, @ProudToBeStraightEdge. I'll catch you guys next week, actually later this week, after Impact. Oh, one more question I got. Why do I... Actually, it's not really another question. Ryan, you asked why I have such a hard-on for Wildcat Chris Harris. Because back when I was in high school, and I was on the wrestling team, my nickname was Wildcat because I was a huge University of Kentucky Wildcats fan. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but on my class ring pendant, see that silver shiny thing in the middle right there? It's a Wildcat. That is why I like Christopher Harris so much. I like anything to do with the name Wildcat. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up. You guys have a great week. I'll catch you guys after Impact.